Kicks 105, the country leader, Danny Merrell with the Merrell in the Morning show. That is Skylar Elise, and you'll never understand. And as I mentioned, she is visiting with us on the Merrell in the Morning show on this Monday. And Skylar, thank you so much for making the trip down from DFW.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Well, first of all, for those that may not know the Skylar Elise story, she's 35 years old. She would, no. No, she's almost half that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm 16.
And see, that's just hard to believe. Not only from what you're hearing for her vocal ability and stuff like that, but just the way that you carry yourself. I mean, it seems like you are somebody that has been in the business for years and years, and not just somebody that's almost like you've been in Nashville for years and years now.
Well, you think about it, and I think, I've only been in it for a couple of years, but I've actually been in the music industry for a solid decade now.
Uh-huh.
And I've been in Nashville since I was 9. Just recording,
really?
Been in artist development and stuff like that, yeah.
Well, see, I have a 9-year-old at home right now, and of course, the fact that she is proud whenever she just does a front flip or a cartwheel, that's big for her.
See, I was more music. I was happy if I could, totally kill a lick on the guitar. I wasn't an athletic kid at all.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I didn't learn how to ride a bike till I was 8. So, I mean, I'm not an athletic child.
They're tough these days. I know, exactly.
I'm not an athletic child at all. It's all music with me.
So the parents are like, well, let's see. The soccer scholarship is out the window. No basketball, no softball. Can you sing?
No, actually, it kind of turned up. I was 18 months old, and I started just walking around my house singing, "Man, I Feel Like a Woman"
by
really? Shania Twain.
Sure, yeah. Uh-huh.
And I would just walk around singing it all the time, and my mom always laughed. She goes, I would be like, oh, here we go. And then I was 3, and I have a 26-year-old sister, and she was playing volleyball at the time. She was the athletic kid.
She got the athletic
She
genes,
got all the athletic stuff from Dad. I got the music from Mom. But no, I was singing. I actually totally unplanned sang "God Bless America" at one of her volleyball games when I was 3 years old.
Unplanned?
Unplanned.
Okay.
That one of the moms, the girl didn't show up to sing, and one of the moms looked at my mom and was like, "Do you think that baby would sing?" And my mom went, "Oh God, give her a microphone. She'll sing."
And so that was the launch of it all.
That was the beginning. When I was 6, I did my first show, and it was 45 minutes, about 30, 45 minutes, 10 songs, no monitor.
How old?
6.
Okay.
And that was in little bitty Rome, Texas. Shout out to my friends in Rome. But, that's kind of started it all. And when the guy that actually ran that show introduced me to a lady in Nashville who introduced me to my now producer, D. Scott Miller.
Uh-huh.
And when I was 9, I was like, I want to go to Nashville. I want to do this. This is my life.
Well,
this is all that makes me happy. Let's do this.
It's a pretty cool thing to be able to say that, yes, my first gig on stage was in Rome.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
I remember though, because I did that show 3 years in a row.
Uh-huh.
And I remember I did this co-op one year at my church for homeschool kids, because I'm homeschooled.
Right.
And I remember being like, guys, I got to leave school early today because I'm going to Rome for a show. And they were like, you're going where? I was like, RHOME.
Gotcha.
Rome, Texas.
That's what it is.
Not Rome, Italy. Rome, Texas.
But there had to be a point in time, because certainly all little kids, especially girls for the most part, they like to sing or sing in the hallways, and most parents are like, yeah, that's nice. When was it discovered by your mom or your dad or you personally that go, did you hear that? She's talented.
I don't even know with my mom. I think from the beginning with her, she was just kind of like, oh crap, here we go. We got a musical kid. This is going to be great.
Well, at least it wasn't drums, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because I have a friend who plays drums, and he lives down the street, and his mom makes him keep his drums in the barn. She's like, you ain't keeping that in my house. But no, I mean, I play piano, and I started piano lessons at 5.
Yeah.
And I started guitar at 8, and I took guitar lessons for 2 years, and I was like, I don't need to teach her anymore, Mom. This guy's not charting it right. And she was like, don't do that. That's disrespectful,
Uh-huh.
And we took it to Nashville, and my producer, D. Scott, was like, she's right.
Yeah.
He's wrong. And Mom was like, well, we're done with guitar lessons now. You just go teach yourself. So I remember being 10 and sitting down in my room with Taylor Swift's Fearless album and charting every single song on there in my head. And playing every single song, and my mom walks in and she goes, what are you doing? I was like, I'm playing Taylor Swift songs. She goes, do you have the charts? Yeah, in my head.
In the head. Well,
In my head.
That's just amazing to me.
She's like, how are you even doing that? I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I do any of this. It just flows naturally.
That's just amazing to me, and that is such a wonderful, blessed talent to have.
Yeah, and I just picked up banjo actually in February.
Have you? Now, how I did play keyboards in a band a long time ago, but never really picked up any stringed instruments. So how different is playing guitar from the banjo?
Well, I bought a banjotar or like a ganjo or something. I don't know. It's whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like tomato, but it's a 6-string banjo. So you just play it like a guitar, but it has the cool sound of a banjo. Yeah. So I mean, like, I got it in February right after CRS. Or during CRS. I went to the Fender Gretsch place, and the guy was like, Merry Christmas, whatever. There's a banjotar. So I got one, and I went and played a gig that weekend with Bo Bice, because I'm on his record label. I've been going out on tour with him for about 2 years.
Right.
I went and played a show with him in Shelby, North Carolina. And I was like, Mom, I want to play my banjo. And she goes, are you sure? I was like, I just play it like a guitar. How hard could it be? She goes, what song you going to play? I said, banjo or Rascal Flats. Duh. You got to play a song called banjo.
Sure, yeah.
So I got up there and I played it. Mom videoed it, and she goes, I swear you've been playing that in your sleep or in your dreams or something, because you did not play that like you just got it. And I was like, well, it's kind of just like a guitar. So, I mean, there's no really difference. It's just got a different sound. But, I mean, it was so cool because, like, I always like to try and throw in, like, one surprise cover at a show just so people can, like, have a song that they can, like, scream and hoop and holler to that they know.
And so what was this one?
This one? At the North Carolina show, it was banjo.
Banjo, okay.
Because, like, we decided 5 minutes before I went on stage that I was going to play it.
So, I mean, your mom's in the background. Now, she's not mic'd up here, but
no.
Does the word virtuoso come to mind when you think about your daughter? I mean, for some reason, over the past few weeks, I've just kind of been going back in time, and one of my favorite movies is Amadeus, the thing about Mozart. And I'm just thinking, my gosh, because he was the type that you just put something in front of him and he just poof, threw out something.
And I mean, I kind of started writing too at 12, so I'm not only like musician, singer, I'm a songwriter as well. So
okay, so now here you are at the ripened age of 16, and so now you have come across and go, okay, you have the talent. You are a very beautiful young lady.
Thank you very much.
Sure thing. You have the wherewithal about you, obviously the voice and the songwriting ability. So now it comes to the point you're like, okay, it's tough to crack this business.
Yeah, it is.
There are, and as you probably have come to find out, there are many, whether it be country music or what have you, artists that don't sing so good that are stars, and others that sing really good that are still trying to get their big break. So how do you kind of try to get into this now, or how do you kind of go against that?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I've always just tried to pave my own way. I mean, like, my sound, I just try and make it unlike anybody else's, to where when somebody hears it, they're just like, well, that's different.
Yeah, she sounds like,
it's like, it's like she sounds like somebody. I just can't quite put my finger on it, and it's like she sounds like Skylar Elise.
There you go. That's what you're going for. Yeah.
That's what I want to be. I mean, there's a lot of people, like, you'll hear and you'd be like, oh, there's the next Taylor Swift, or oh, there's the next Carrie Underwood, or oh, there's the next Hunter Hayes, and it's just like, well, there's the first Skylar Elise.
Very good.
That's what I want people to say when they hear my music. They're like, oh, well, there's somebody different. There's somebody different for a change, and she's not singing bro country, and she's not singing man bashing country. She's singing her thing. She's doing her thing with country. I mean, I just want to kind of bring back the old style of country. I mean,
before we hear you play a song here, you said you've been songwriting since you've been 12. So what type of songs do you like to write, or is this kind of all over the spectrum?
I just kind of write how I'm feeling or how I see things going on around in my life. Like, I have all my cousins are older than me. Like, the one closest to my age is 7 years older than me. I mean, saying something. My family's a lot older than me. I'm the baby. But, like, I just kind of watch what goes on in their lives and in my friends' lives, and I'm like, okay, I could write a song about that. I can make a song out of that. So, I mean, that's just kind of how I write. And sometimes if I'm going through something, I'll just be like, I don't know how to express this in words. I just need to write it in a song or something, because that's the best way I know how to express myself.
Sure.
Is put it into lyrics. We
are visiting with Skylar Elise, and we are about to get the pleasure of listening to her in studio from what you were telling me off the air just a few minutes ago. This is kind of an exclusive thing.
It is. I just actually finished writing the song a couple months ago, and It's total exclusive. You can't find it on anything else. Like, it's not on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, YouTube, nothing.
Hit the record button right now. Hit it. Go ahead and hit it.
Okay, yeah. This song's called Mr. Not So Right.
Mr. Not So Right.
Mr. Not So Right. You know, I just kind of saw something going on in one of my friends' lives, and she was like, I just don't know what happened. He was like my Mr. Right, and now he's not. And I was like, oh my gosh, Mr. Not So Right.
I'll get back with you about helping you out with your relationship here. I'm going to go write a song.
It's like, let me call you back in like an hour, okay? It's like, she's like, well, what's going on? I was like, you just gave me this incredibly sick song idea. She's like, fine, make money off of my problems. I was like,
I'll pitch you in the credits. Don't worry.
No kidding. It's like I'll put your name in on my album, and it's like, thanks, bleep. I don't want to say her name right now. She'll get so mad at me. But like, it's like, thanks so much for like giving me inspiration for this song. And sorry I hung up on you to write it. But no, I hope everybody likes it.
Well, let's take a listen to it.
Okay. He'll say he can't live without you, and he'll say he'd never leave or hurt you. He'll say the things he thinks you want to hear, my dear. So beware of Mr. Not So Right. His words are only lies, and watch out for his demon blue eyes. There'll be a demise, Mr. Not So Right. He'll say he's out with his friends. Don't wait up, 'cause he'll be late again. But there's a voice in the back of your head screaming, beware of Mr. Not So Right. His words are only lies, and watch out for his demon blue eyes. There'll be a demise, Mr. Not So Right. Mr. Not So Right. He'll try to say that it's all in your head, but listen to me instead, 'cause I've been where you are, and I know that your heart is breaking because of Mr. Not So Right. You found out that he's only told you lies. You fell for his gorgeous blue eyes like I did. Ooh, la da 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 da. Ooh, la da da da.
Outstanding job.
Thank you very much.
Yep, they told us at the record, your promoters and so forth, you're going to really like this girl. You're really going to be impressed. And absolutely right. Not so Mr. Right?
Mr. Not So
Mr.
Right.
Not So Right. Not so right. Thank you. I was just envisioning. I'm sure there's a bunch of ladies going, she just sang a song about Sean. She just sang a song about Jerry. She just sang. I'm sure there's a lot of ladies right now relating. Yeah, that's what's his face. That's.
Oh my gosh! You know, it's funny because I always want to play that song like everywhere I go, and it always. It never fails at shows. If I'm singing that, I'll look right at somebody when I sing the part about demon blue eyes. I'll look right at a dude with blue eyes, and I'm just like, oh, sorry. And all the comments like, I don't know you. I don't have this vendetta against you.
That was about me. She was
singing that to me. Oh my gosh, no.
I mean, have you had any major vocal training? Because you have such strength and endurance and great quality in your voice.
I mean, my mom's really been my main vocal coach my whole life. I mean, she used to sing in pageants and stuff when she was about 17, 18, 19, my age, basically.
Right,
But, she must have been pretty good because she won them all. But,
is she like a Miss Reigning, Miss something or the other right now? Or?
No, she's not reigning right now, but, like Miss Haltom City, Miss Texas.
Wow.
I mean, Miss Dogpatch USA, she's
very, very cool.
Yeah, but she's awesome. But she was my vocal coach, and pretty much my whole life. I went and saw a couple major vocal coach people, but I only went like a couple times, and I was like, I like going with Mom better. She doesn't scare me. But, I'm not going to name names. That'd be mean.
Yeah, we
but,
wouldn't do that.
No, but I mean, Mom's been my main vocal coach my whole life, so.
Well, that's an outstanding job. You have a very, very major gift there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so now I think you said that you'll be heading off to Nashville to do kind of like a media circuit up there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm headed up to Nashville actually tomorrow to be on Media Week, and I'm going to sign up for a bunch of new stuff and start working on some new stuff for my fans. So, y'all keep your ears out. I know I've been promising a new album that we're working on, and I promise you guys, I'm telling the truth. Just keep it. You just gotta keep listening for it, because I'm writing out songs for it right now. We're in the preliminaries
yeah, sure,
of writing songs and being like, no way, or oh yeah, that one stays.
Now, I mean, as far as an upcoming album, are you looking mainly for songs that you've written, or are you also looking for songs that other folks have written too? Or not?
I'm open to it, but I want to try and do an album of mostly songs I've written,
right?
Because I have a catalog. I have like 2.5 notebooks filled at my house just with songs, and I'm just like, I don't know which ones to pick. It's like my songs are my kids, and I'm just like, I don't want to act like I favor one more than the other, but like it's hard to like decrease them all down to just like 11, 12 songs.
Sure, yeah.
And be like, okay, these are the ones we're going to take to the
understand
studio.
that. That's usually the hardest part, because you got to kind of go, well, I like that one too, but, and
it's like you got to really decide which ones can be the hits.
Yeah.
And which ones just need work.
Right.
You just really got to work on it.
So with that being said, let's say, for instance, this may have already happened, I don't know, but say somebody like, I don't know, like Carrie Underwood or Taylor Swift, their reps come to you and say, hey, we heard this song that you wrote, and we would really love to get the rights to that or whatever, so that Taylor or Carrie can sing. But it's one of those songs that you really wanted to include on your first album. Well, what happens then? Well,
I haven't had that happen yet, but you know what? Somebody like Taylor Swift or Carrie Underwood could probably make it a bigger hit than I could, because I'm still an independent artist. But I mean, I would always love to keep the song for myself.
Sure.
But I mean, if somebody like Carrie Underwood came up to me and was like, we want your song, I'd be like, which one? Which one do you want? I'd probably be like, okay, sure, which song?
Right.
Because it just depends on which song you want to take. I had somebody tell me down in Louisiana last year, the first song I ever wrote is called You Wish, and it's on my debut EP and on the new EP. And I was 12 when I wrote it, and the lady looks at me, she goes, honey, I'm just shooting this in the dark, but have you ever thought of selling that song to Taylor Swift?
Really?
And I went, no, that song is my baby. Our first song I ever wrote. No, I don't think so. She goes, but honey, you don't understand. Taylor Swift make that song a hit. I was like, but I want to try it first.
I completely
want to try and make that
understand.
song a hit first. I mean, no disrespect to Taylor, but that's my song. I want to keep it.
Well, it's amazing that here we are, and it all started at a 3-year-old because somebody didn't show up to sing at the basketball game.
I don't even know her name, but thank you. Because no telling what would have happened. I mean, I probably would have never sang in front of those people, and I don't know. I probably would have just still been singing in the shower at my house and singing in my room and still playing on that Barbie guitar from Walmart. I don't know.
That's still in tune, I'm sure.
Oh, no, I popped all the strings off of it. I rocked out so hard. I popped every single string on it, and they're still just hanging there. It's hanging on my wall in my room as a trophy or something.
Do you ever, I wasn't even going to ask this question, but when you're out there and you say you sometimes will sing a song that's kind of just, an older song, or like you mentioned, banjo, are there other songs like from a different genre than country that you'll sometimes pop on stage or not?
There's some songs that I haven't done yet, but I want to. Like, I'm a major Journey fan, and I've always said,
sweet.
man, don't stop believing. Guys, we got to learn that song. And they're like, because my band originated, they're the Morning Farm Report. That's my band.
That's cool.
The Morning Farm Report.
Skylar Elise and the Morning Farm Report. That is great.
But they're also kind of like their own thing.
Yeah.
But like before they were my band, they were Backhand Karma, and they were a rock band.
Sure.
I mean, like headbanging rock band. And they were like, you realize we could take on any genre because we've been a Christian band, we've been a rock band, we've been a pop band, and now we're a country band. I was like, let's do it. Let's just learn Don't Stop Believing and just pop it out at every show and just be like jamming to Journey at a country show.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
And like on my shows, you know, I've been going out on the road with Bo Bice for like 2 years now. Just about, gosh, it has almost been like 2 years. That doesn't even seem possible
Back
to me.
when you were a kid, yeah.
Back when I was like 14.
Yeah.
I was a baby. But we started out on the West Coast. We went to American Idol. I got to go to the finale when Candace Glover won, and I was sitting there when all that went down, and the band Perry walks out, and I was just like,
oh, wow.
Oh, man. And we started out, and we went to, like, Dana Point, San Diego, played at Croce's in San Diego, and I was just, like, in awe of that. I was like, oh, my gosh, because, I mean, I might be 16, but I'm a big Jim Croce fan.
I'm glad that you have a great knowledge of some of the some of the roots of it all.
Well, my mom listens to like the 60s on 6 and 70s on 7 and all that stuff.
Right,
Like I have a major I don't just listen to country music. I listen to pop, I listen to Christian, I listen to every single genre you can imagine.
See, most times when I talk to like teenagers and I say, what does the term flip side or B side of a record mean to you? And they're like, what the heck is that? I
know, right? Like one of my friends the other day, that's the one thing I wanted, or two things I wanted for my birthday were white low-top Converse. But, I mean, I wanted Abbey Road on vinyl.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I got it, and I showed it to my little cousin who's 10. And she has a sister who's almost 12. And I said, guys, you know what this is? And Olivia goes, no. I said, it's a record. It has music on it. She goes, how do you fit that in your car?
Oh, wow.
I was like, are you kidding? And her sister goes, that doesn't have a headphone jack either. I was like, oh. Like, one of my friends even saw a cassette tape on my iPad, and they were like, what is that?
Yeah, oh, sure, yeah.
I'm like, what? We were born in the same year. You should know what this is.
Yep.
It's like, seriously, what were you before iPods were invented?
The new release from Skylar Elise is going to be on an 8-track. And
seriously, I might do that. Like, seriously, put my new album out on vinyl. Just release it.
At least a few of them anyway. Yeah,
seriously, it's like all the artists seem to be doing that now.
Yeah.
It's like a new trend coming back. I ought to do that. That'd be so fun. Oh, my gosh. Just go total throwback.
Save me one if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay.
I'll send you one, like personally send you one.
Now, okay, so folks that want to keep up with what you're doing with your music, what are some of the best ways to do that?
You can go to SkylarElise.com.
Okay.
Or you can keep up with me on social media, which is probably the best way to keep up with me because I'm always tweeting. It's official Skylar E on Twitter and Instagram, or Skylar Elise Music on Facebook.
And I'm going to put her on the spot right now. Can I put a couple snippets of you on our website on a story or not?
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. I'm easy like that. If you want to put a story up about me, go for it.
Yeah, because when Garth released his comeback single last week, and we were very much, do not put that onto the website. It's only through Garth Brooks Digital. And I'm like, okay, don't worry. It's okay.
Oh, my goodness. No worries.
The website police were all over me.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know how to spell my name, it's SkylarElise.
All right.
So
very, very
it's
good.
a little bit difficult of a name.
And if any guy has blue eyes out there, she wasn't singing about you. Okay?
Except for the one person who hurt my best friend, and you know who you are.
That's right. All right, very good. Well, hopefully you have a great time when you leave off to Nashville tomorrow.
Oh,
Hope
yeah.
everything goes well. And please don't be a stranger.
Oh, no problem.
We'd love to see you back here again, and maybe sometime we'll get you hooked up with maybe do you do shows at clubs or not?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I actually when I came back from one of my radio tours for this single, we stopped through Nashville and got to play Tootsie's, Rippy's, Honky Tonk Central.
Wow.
So, I mean, that was the first actual club/bar I've ever played in my life.
And so what will be the feeling when you actually stand upon the stage of the Grand Ole Opry?
I don't know, but I looked at D. Scott, who actually he wrote You'll Never Understand with Amanda Williams. So, I mean, he's an amazing writer. But, I mean, I looked at him, and as a joke, I looked at him and said, okay, we were at Rippy's, and right across the street was Bridgestone. And I said, you see that marquee right there? My name on it next week. Chop, chop. And my dad looks at him, and my dad's looking at me going, oh, no, it's happened. She's a diva now. and my producer looks at me, and he goes, maybe in about a year. I was like, I was kidding. He goes, I'm not. I was like, okay, I'll play there. I was like, what about the Grand Ole Opry? He goes, now slow it down. He was like, you got to get really famous before you play there. I was like, dadgummit. It's like, I played Grapevine Opry. Why won't they let me play on the Grand Ole Opry? He's like, because it's the Grand Ole Opry. And that's like sacred grounds.
Well, maybe someday when somebody is not able to perform, you can kind of jump right in
yeah.
there. You can kind of
I'll be a replacement. Kind of like the whole 3-year-old thing
exactly.
at the volleyball game.
Bring it full circle around again.
Yeah,
that's right.
Seriously.
Well, we do appreciate you coming in today. Much luck comes your way.
Thank you
just
very
have
much.
such great talent. And Skylar Elise, once again, go to our website as well at kicks105.com to hear some of those snippets and get some more links to some of her stuff that she has and to her website as well. Thank you very much.